Ketogenic diet kicks fucking ass. So does ADF. When you fucking combine the two, you're kicking a lot of motherfucking ass. Or something. Welcome to another motherfucking daily vlog. I'm Scott the Truck Driver, your host of a motherfucking daily vlog. Or something. Alright. I'm still working on how to format my beginning of this uncut video bullshit. So, I gotta fix this fucking camera. It's fucking bothering me. Fucking bullshit. Alright. Yeah, that's better. Anyways. So, I had a friend, my best friend's wife saw what I was doing, saw the mood changes. They all, of course, all know about my weight loss journey and how far I've come over the years, and is interested in, wanted my advice on how to do this. And because, she has struggled with some mental health issues over the years. Without going into specifics, I'm just wanting to say that she's on that same fucking roller coaster that I was on, only to an even more higher degree, more anxiety, more depression, more stress. Just overall, something needs to change. On medication for these things, and I, of course, am not a fucking expert. I always preface that whenever I'm giving my advice. This is based on my head knowledge, my self-experience, and the things I've tried on myself. So I, kind of got into keto, back into full-on keto research mode. So that's kind of going to be what I'm talking about this week. My patrons on Patreon have kind of, been commenting here and there on things I should probably incorporate into the daily motherfucking vlogs, and one of those is a topic, and so I'm leaning towards doing more topical part of the video, and then whatever the fuck else is going on with me and the channel and so on and so forth. So yeah, and then I was also told that I should probably try and keep them short, but I kind of have a hard time with that because I get talking and I don't want to stop talking. I've been coming across a lot of videos from Keto Fest 2017. In the link in the description with this motherfucking vlog, you will find Dr. Eric Westman's lecture at Keto Fest. And he has done so much clinical work with the ketogenic diet. He has documentation of patient after patient after patient with results, with how much weight they lose, with their, how they respond to all the metabolic diseases that are associated with our metabolic syndrome driven fucking standard American bullshit fucking sugar filled twat fucking diet that we've been on all these years, and showing that the ketogenic diet works. As I've gone down this rabbit hole of research, I have stumbled across even more compelling things about the ketogenic diet. There is a community of people out there that does a no carb diet, as in they don't eat any fucking carbs. Protein, fat, no carb. They're not eating fruits. They're not eating vegetables. They're not eating breads. They're not eating grains. They're eating nothing. And some of them have been doing it for fucking years. Some of them are highly athletic also. And the fact of the matter is, and I don't know how many fucking times I gotta say this to everybody that wants to argue with me about this, we do not need carbohydrates. Our body fucking makes it. It makes it from protein. It makes it from fat. And it only makes enough to supply the body with its minor glucose requirement. Your brain has a minor glucose requirement. It can run the rest of the show on ketones. And it only has a minor requirement for a couple other, I forget what they are. Go look it up. It's out there. So there is a minor glucose requirement, and our body makes it and stores it as glycogen for when those times come. Another time where glucose comes in handy is for like sprinting and really hardcore, you need a burst of energy fast. Fat isn't going to give you the energy quick enough. Ketones aren't going to give you the energy quick enough. Ketones are good for sustained energy, but when burst energy comes into play, it comes from carbs. Now, some would argue that if you are on a low carb diet, you don't have enough carbs to do the shit you need to do in those situations. My argument with that is we don't need to do those situations. A lot of people consistently pound on that and do it over and over again. From my perspective, that's fine. If you like endurance, I would argue that ketogenic diet is better for endurance. But if you like burst and strength training and really, high intensity shit, we're not designed to do that over long periods of time. You can overtrain. However, what I would argue, and I'm going to get a little bit of hate for this, is we weren't designed for that. We were designed that if the lions come in to fucking eat your ass, you better get the fuck up and run so you don't get eaten by the fucking lion. But you're not going to spend all day running from the lion, all right? You're going to sprint your ass off to safety, and I contend our body makes and stores enough glucose to make that happen when you're fat adapted. In fact, I would also contend that the body holds on to your glycogen specifically for those moments. It keeps your storage separate because your hormones and human growth hormone in particular, they are not going to allow you as much access to your stored glucose because you're burning fat. And it's when the time comes and the cortisol goes up. When the cortisol goes up, it pulls that glucose out of your glycogen, throws it into your bloodstream. That's the dawn effect many people experience on a ketogenic diet. So I would contend that our bodies are perfectly capable of making their own glucose, storing that glucose, and only accessing it in situations that require more glucose. That being said, a lot of us are sitting on our fucking ass at home, not doing shit. We're not getting up and sprinting. We're not running from the fucking lion. We're not fucking out there pumping iron in the fuckmaster all fucking day. We are sitting on our ass and eating like athletes that don't sit on their ass and wondering why we're fucking up. That is kind of where, the health community has been for the past, I don't know how many fucking years, most of my life, eat less, move more, low calorie diets. It's all fucked and it's bullshit. So where I'm going with this is I'm trying to state that carbohydrates are optional. However, micronutrients are another thing. When you go to the meat section of the grocery store, you're going to find lots of lean cuts of meat with very little fat. You're also not going to find a lot of organ meats. Now, vegans are going to probably have a heart attack about what I'm talking about, but there are organ meats. If you eat a liver from an animal, you get vitamin C. Most of the vitamins and minerals, and this is how true carnivores are, and I'm not suggesting we're 100% carnivore, but I would suggest that we've been evolving that way for a while. And now we're going backwards. But if you eat the organs, you get all the vitamins and nutrients and micronutrients and the fat, obviously. You need the fat. The fat is essential. You cannot live without eating fat. Just like you can't live without eating protein. You can live a very long life without eating carbs. There's been entire fucking primitive tribes that have done just that. So you got to understand, carbs are a luxury. They're opportunistic food. They weren't designed to be an everyday part of our diet. We're not designed to eat as much carbs as we do. Only since agriculture in the past 10,000 years have we done this. Before that, this was not the case. Carbs are what you ate when you couldn't find fucking animals. That's what happened prior to that. There's no large societies of people that didn't eat animals. When them primitive societies, you went out and killed shit, or you went fucking hungry. And while you were fucking hungry, you were eating everything you can find. Hey, there's something growing right there. It looks like it's not going to poison it. And then they try it, and some of them drop dead because they ate the wrong shit. And then, then someone else tries it. Oh, this is pretty good. I didn't drop dead. I, got a nice little high off of it because it was sweet. Here we go. And we got to understand that just because you go keto doesn't address micronutrition, which has been shit even for those that eat vegetables because our soil content is destroyed. You'd have to eat 10 times the vegetables now than you did in more ancient times to get the same micronutrition. There isn't a lot of hard, unbiased science on what our micronutrient breakdown should be. I would argue if you're not experiencing many symptoms or any symptoms, then you probably got it right somewhere along the way. I do believe eating vegetables on a ketogenic diet is kind of required because we don't eat the fucking organ meat. And I don't even know that I could. I don't even know that I would enjoy liver or, any of the other, or brain, and things that primitive tribes fucking gobble up. They throw the lean meat to the dog. The shit that we buy in, supermarket is shit that they fed the animals after they had their fill of fat and organs. And, I don't see us going that direction, but we can find a happy medium, and that's to add fat to the lean meats. Obviously, going keto is about replacing the carbs that you've been eating all this time with fat. You need to eat the proper amount of calories for the day, not be in a deficit, not try to be in a deficit. Don't do that. Fasting just simulates the way we are, and plus some can argue that while you are fat adapted, when you switch over to burning your own fat, you still consume the same number of calories. However, I do believe that as you burn off fat, you lower your leptin and your brain reacts to that change. It remains to be seen over a long period of time if your brain adjusts to that lower leptin level, therefore your plateau lowers. And I'm experimenting with that because I am at a 191-pound plateau. News to that end, this morning I weighed in at 188 fucking pounds, 36.75 inches. I got dyslexic there or something. And, so I reversed 3 days of keto eating in a row with a single 36-hour fast on ADF. So I did hold on. I was holding on to water. And I knew that because yesterday I was pissing endlessly, like a fucking racehorse. Seemed like every 20 minutes I had to go take a piss. So I lost a lot of water weight. I was holding on to water over the weekend while I was eating. So keto, it probably depends on the carb content, and I was pretty close to 50 grams each day. I do keep an eye on that. And there were some foods I thought were kind of questionable that, maybe overdid it in a single sitting of carbs. And, even though I know from the past, because I've done a keto, diet where I had a cheat day, or I broke a fast, with a Pop-Tart, a single Pop-Tart, under 50 grams of carbs, and that was the only carbs I had for the day, I didn't skip a beat. I still kept my carbs under 50 grams, even though I had this sugared fucking insulin spiking shit, and I still remained in ketosis, according to the urine keto test strips. Obviously, I wasn't in ketosis while I was, storing the energy from that Pop-Tart, but that was the thing. Thankfully, I'm Pop-Tart free, and I have been for a while now. I don't even miss them, to be honest with you. I do miss, some of the cookies and cakes and shit I like to eat, but I'm not craving them like I was. I'm not trying to find excuses to go eat this shit. I am actually happy pursuing the desserts and things that I'm doing. So I guess the point that I'm trying to kind of get across in this particular motherfucking vlog is there's a lot of new lectures and research coming to light in the ketogenic diet. It is a growing, evolving movement in the medical community, which gives me great hope. Doctors are getting on board with it. They're still a small in number, and they still have to overcome the dogma that has plagued the medical industry my whole life. And that is not something that happens overnight. And this is something we have to do from the bottom up. The more we adopt this diet amongst ourselves and we go in and tell the fucked up doctors, hey, look, asshole, I'm not taking those fucking pills because check my numbers. I'm doing good. And you know why I'm doing good? I'm doing this. And you show them all the fucking keto research that you have available. There's even an app in England or something that has all the studies, you know, to show your doctor when you go in for a visit to inform them why you no longer need your fucking medication. And so there is a movement that we're building from the bottom up. The same with the fucking food industry. The more we buy full-fat ketogenic products and the less we buy carved-up processed shit, the food companies are going to be like, our little fucking arrow's starting to go down, and this is not going to bode well for my maximalist mansion lifestyle that I live. And I really want to buy a private jet next year. So if we could figure out why the fuck people aren't buying our shit, that would be great. Get out there and figure it out. And they'll go out and they'll figure out that we're not eating their fucking low-fat, sugared-up fucking cardboard foods, and that we're going for real foods. And they will try to reformulate to keep market share. All right? That's how you change industry. You can't lobby to change industry. You can't go to the government and say, motherfuckers are fucking us. No. We all have the responsibility to change it with our purchases, with our lifestyles, and with what we choose. We don't need a government to save us from ourselves. We can fucking do this, and we are doing it. I see it in my channel every day. I see it in a lot of the community of fasting and ketogenic diets that we are making a dent. It's a little dent, but people are noticing. People that are waking up. You know, people that look in the mirror and go, hey, I'm fucked right now. What the hell? What do I do? This motherfucker did this and look at him. This motherfucker did this and look at her, you know, and they say, well, maybe I should try it. And I encourage everyone to try shit. Try it. And if it works, if you get results, if it's sustainable, that's the formula. You have to be able to do it the rest of your life. You have to enjoy it in order to be able to do it the rest of your life. You have to feel good, your health has to be good, and your numbers, you know, your biomarkers for diseases. I feel fucking great. My mood is stabilized. I'm enjoying the foods that I do consume. I don't feel like I'm forcing myself to eat anything. I eat ketogenic foods that I like. Fasting, I've already sustaining. I've been sustaining it for 2.5 years. I will continue to sustain it. Every time I fucking film a vlog. Alright, it's my buddy. Wanted to know what I want to do for dinner. I told him, let's go to Wegmans. It's our grocery store here. And I said, you know, he wants to get a sub. I want to get some keto shit. Because I know I can go into Wegmans and get some shit that's easy to prepare, easy to eat. You know, there's even a few things that are microwavable. I can see the ingredients on things, so I know if I'm getting sugar. And, you know, that's what you got to do in situations like, what do you want to do for dinner? Let's go to the grocery store. You know, especially if it's a grocery store that has prepared foods that are decent. You know, I don't know that that's a case everywhere, but that's just a quick example of what's going on in my life. That's why this is a fucking vlog. Did disturb my train of thought, though. So I guess what I'm trying to say is keto is becoming more and more mainstream. People are waking up, and I encourage all of you who do this, who have shown results, who have come off medication, who have lost fuck tons of weight with keto and fasting, explain it the best you can. And if you can't explain it well, point them in directions to people who can. And there are a lot of people, not me necessarily, that break it down and get to the science and prove that it works, and that's why I have a bunch of doctors and scientists that I follow, because I like seeing across a broad spectrum of people that are applying this to patients, applying this to people. And of course, I like all of the anecdotal videos I watch of people that studied the shit online, try it for themselves, and get results. One of the YouTubers watches me is Alternate Day Faster. You should check his channel out. He's doing these things. He's doing the research. He is losing fuck tons of weight. He is helping his health, and he's on a journey just like me. And he's commented a few times on my videos. I found his videos pretty informative as well. I like learning from people that have learned from me or learned from other people that I follow. I like seeing what people accomplish, where they fall short, what hurdles they have to overcome. And there are hurdles with ketogenic diet, mostly because of our social and food environments. And that is what the leading cause of my being able to sustain it long term has been the social environment. And, if I could just go to the grocery store and eat, or find a nice keto safe place to eat, Chipotle's I found to be is one of the fairly keto safe places I can go. It's about propagating this forward. There are people that are still opponents to the ketogenic diet. Both from the calories in, calories out community. The vegan community obviously is not a big supporter because of the animals that we consume. There is a vegan ketogenic version, but overall, we got to understand how our bodies work, how we evolved, how we survived prior to the last 10,000 years, and more importantly, how we survived prior to the last 100 years. And all of the diseases that we're plagued with right now are within 40 years. The epidemic levels that we are at weren't around 40, 50 years ago. Now, it was rising because we were experimenting with our industrial food complex and how can we make fucking cheaper food and feed more people and so on and so forth. But sugar obviously has been the big dominant force driving our epidemic of obesity, heart disease, and diabetes, and I somewhat argue cancer. And I'm on the camp that cancer probably would be a lot less prevalent if we weren't as heavily processed sugar, fucking laden, fucking fat, vegetable oil shit that we've been eating. We can get into what good fats and bad fats at another time, but I just want to encourage you, if you are watching this for the first time and you're thinking of trying the ketogenic diet, try it. See if you can do it. Obviously, if you don't like the foods that you can eat, that's, a different story than you're just desperately clinging to carbs and sugar, which we do not need carbs. We need the micronutrients. So I'm not saying go no carb unless you're willing to eat organ meats or, go out to the farm and say, hey, you got all of that shit? I'd like to eat some of that too. Now, I'm personally a little grossed out by some of the organ meats. So, and that's kind of ingrained in me from years of eating lean meats. So I'm a little curious. I might occasionally try some organ meats, we'll see. I don't know. I might try liver for the first time. Never eaten liver. So we'll see. So that's where I'm at research-wise. It's been slow going on the Watkins Glen video. I might not even be able to get it out this week, but thankfully we have the motherfucking daily vlog to hold us over. Continuing, I've been fasting, I think 30, I don't know, fuck. Hold on, let me look. I'm not cutting this either. So I have been fasting 40 hours right now. I'm at 40 hours. I was going to do a 72, but given that I've already recovered, I kind of don't feel the need to. I am a little hungry right now. So I'm probably going to settle for maybe 45, 46 hour fast. I'm going to eat in a few hours, probably dinner time. And probably it's only going to be a 1 meal a day deal. And I'll start my 36-hour eating window, which will go through tomorrow and in part of Thursday, where, actually it'll just go through tomorrow, and Thursday will be another 36-hour fast, and then Friday, Saturday will be eating window too. So we will. Actually, tomorrow's Wednesday. Fuck, I'm fucking up here. Shit. So yes, tomorrow will be an eat day, then Thursday, okay, I'm not fucking up. Then Thursday will be a fast day, then Friday, into Saturday will be eating window. Because I tend to push my fast Fridays so that I have Friday night and Saturday in my 36-hour eating window. So I do longer fasts and shorter eating windows, it seems. With keto, energy-wise, I'm doing all right. I feel fine. My mood is a little better today than it was yesterday, but like I said, it's not huge ups. It's not huge downs. It's a nice, manageable mental health state. So everything's fucking good. And as I finish this shit up, we'll keep going. Patreon is still available. Like I said, I don't want you this month to donate to it. I would prefer you wait until you can, give a little bit to the people in need at the various tragedy areas around the world, the hurricane, the shooting, all of this stuff that's going on. Help them out because I'm doing all right for now. I'll let you know if I get in dire straits and have to go back to trucking, but we're not near that. We're not anywhere near that right now. Thanks to Uber, thanks to the patrons on Patreon, thanks to the YouTube ad revenue, thanks for my occasional, and I am trying to wean that down, photography clients. But trying to wean that down, I'm just not marketing. I still get clients that want me to do various things. But that's where I'm at. And I can probably stay here a little bit. But I do, of course, have to take time away from making videos, which is, I don't know that that's going to be a thing if we do this motherfucking daily vlog where I can just throw the camera on, render the video, upload it, keyword it while it's uploading, and fire it off every day. Then you're getting content. I'm getting time I need to make money in other areas, and that's kind of where I'm going for now while I wait. I would ideally like to do a fully produced video every day. With the music and the cuts and the, more thought out topics and so on and so forth. The way this is I talk about what's ever on my mind in the moment. And I try and be a little themed with it, but it's a little all over the place for me, for my liking. So I want to do the more normal videos more often than this. But it is what it is. I only got so much time in my life. Plus I have social life too. So it's a thing. Plus, I like playing fucking video games, and that eats a lot of time. I try not to do that so much during the week. I reserve that for my weekend time off to help keep me from going out to the fucking bar and tying one down. So have a nice... Oh, sorry. Hold on. See? Unedited and shit. Remember, I'm not a motherfucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. Have a nice... motherfucking day. Shit. Now, normally I would end the video right there and cut this shit right the fuck off so it's a nice, smooth exit fucking transition. But now you're going to watch me reach over and turn out the fucking camera while getting blurry and shit. See you tomorrow, motherfuckers.